Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. Well, OKC defeats the Denver Nuggets. And folks, I don't know where to start. It's heartbreaking. It's painful to watch these NBA games. I don't know what's worse. Is it the referees not knowing how to officiate? They call fouls when it's not a foul. They don't call a foul when it's a foul. They don't know how to officiate a ball going out of bounds. It's just horrible. Where do they get these welfare case referees from? Maybe you put 25 cents in a bubblegum machine and they just come right out. Where do they get these welfare officials? These are the worst officials I've ever seen in my life. And we talked about this before. The carrying is just beyond belief. Especially, I'm not trying to single any guys out, but the star players also are carrying the ball just about every time they dribble. Joker too, dribbling shoulder high, carrying the ball also. SGA, all of them. Nobody is excluded out of this. How can these guys, I'm gonna say it again, and it needs to be said. How are these guys making 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 million, and they don't even know how to dribble a basketball? I wouldn't let you give me a ticket for free to go watch some of these games, to watch any game really. Because to me, these aren't professional NBA basketball players, folks. This is something you will be teaching, kids in elementary school not to do. No, can't do that. Nope, can't do that. I won't even say middle school, because by the time you get to middle school, you should know how to dribble a basketball. And it's just I'm telling you, it's heartbreaking and painful to watch a game, and they're telling us that these guys, we already know they're not the best players we ever seen. That's told by the media. I'll tell you guys this, the media is about smoke screens. And these players, it's about saying dumb stuff, doing dumb stuff. The media saying dumb stuff for a smoke screen to get your mind off. These guys aren't good. They're not good. They can't last a day. In the 2000s, the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, the 50s, where you actually had to dribble the basketball, right? I mean, why are we even talking about this? All single game. And the reason why I'm talking about this, how can I judge any of these guys on any scale? And you know what I said? It reminds me of today's music. These musicians not even using their own real voice to make music. And we're calling this music? Where is this world going? I mean, you can't hit a guy in football no more. You got to tackle him with your head up while he's got his head down coming at you, the offensive player. What the hell is going on, folks? Like, sports is basically handicapped. These guys can't dribble down the court and go against the defender without carrying the ball. Which means the game totally means nothing. That's the first rule. So let's get into this. SGA, to me, he outplayed Joker. I don't want to hear nothing about no Joker injury. This is crazy. I know, he's supposed to play through it and stuff like that, but this guy sat out there and bombed away from three and bricked it up from three. Get deep in the post and receive the ball deep in the post. And if they double you, kick it out to your guys. These guys don't figure this out. The good teams. I told you, the Suns, they're not a good defensive team. Remember, Kevin Durant just wants to hoop. And you can see that with Booker, never made a defensive team. And he just wants to hoop too. They don't want to play no defense. So the good teams that we've been seeing, they've been shutting Joker down at the perimeter. You're not going to run this offense. And that's it. So to me, a real center would just get deep in the post and they would throw it to him. And if they double, kick it out. But obviously, these guys don't play real basketball. They play some weird basketball. Now, what we saw at the beginning, it looked like Denver was going to be too big for OKC. OKC was playing big, and they were playing physical defense. I won't say physical, but they were playing tight defense on OKC. And they got ahead of them, I think it was about 10 points. And then OKC adjusted and did what they did, or do what they do. They play fast-paced basketball. And to me, Denver really can't play this game. And we're gonna blame this on Joker. When we look at these guys' contracts, the Aaron Gordon, who I guess he was hurt. I didn't see him in the second half. The Jamal Murray, who was never 100% or 70%, in the Michael Porter Jr. that has 2 braces on his legs, and these guys are always hurt. But Joker, the leader of the team, 3-time MVP, let these guys sign these long contracts for big money. And to me, what it looks like is OKC is just a younger, faster team that can hit shots consistently. Now, I don't think Denver was outmatched. It's just that OKC hit shots. And you're probably going to have to move on. Changing of the guard. OKC is just a younger team, a faster team. They're not all broke up and hurt. And like I said, that's on Joker to let these guys sign these max contracts when they're not even making an all-star team. It's an embarrassment for Joker. So, Scap, you can't cry this guy a river if he's not reaching out for help. And these are the guys he wants to play with. He doesn't want to play with a real point guard or a real guard or another guy that will take away his assist. Just saying. I think Joker was a negative 13, had 22 points, 3 blocks, 9 assists, 13 rebounds, 2 for 5 from the line, 2 for 10 from the 3, and basically didn't even show up in the fourth quarter. And let me see if I can pull this up. I don't know why it's not pulling up. The Denver Nuggets shot 55% from the line, 30% from the 3, and 41% from the field. OKC, 88% from the line, 34% from 3, and 48% from the field. SGA, 40 points, again, plus 11. 1 turnover. 3 blocks. Surprisingly, no steals. 5 assists, 8 rebounds, 8 for 8 from the line, a miserable 2 for 11 from the 3, and 15 for 32 from the field. Jokic just got outplayed. That's all there is to it. OKC turned around and put that defense on them. To me, they're just a younger team. I don't think they're like, much better than the Denver Nuggets. They're just a better team. They were just hitting shots. Like I said, if Joker wants guys to hit shots, why did he let Jamal Murray? Why did he let Aaron Gordon? Aaron Gordon has a lot of money coming. And so does Jamal Murray. And he let those 3 guys sign that contract. He don't want help. I don't want to hear nothing from Scap about this guy don't have any help. He don't want any help. There comes a point in time to where all great players, they want some help. Michael Jordan went and got Dennis Rodman because he knew he was going to need some help on the boards. Now, did he go get, a number 1 franchise player of another team? No. But everybody's getting help. And Joker, he wants stats, obviously. We really can't sugarcoat that, man. That's all there is to it. Like we was talking about in the Boston game. NBA teams, take notes. The Lakers want to play physical, you got to play physical on them back. So, we done seen a few teams already said, Joker, you're not going to sit there and run the offense. And we don't think you really have the consistent shooters to knock down these shots consistently. And these guys are broke down. So, they can't run the floor with us. That's what OKC said. Can't run the floor with us. So again, that's on Joker. That's on Joker. And there's nothing against that. That's his boys. That's his dudes that he wants to play with. That's fine. So that's who you're going to lose with since you let them sign these contracts because they won you 1 championship with you. You really didn't beat nobody down the stretch. Who did you beat? LeBron James in the Western Conference Finals? And her AD? That's nobody. You didn't beat nobody in the Western Conference Finals. And you damn sure didn't beat nobody in the championship game. Not trying to take nothing away from you. We don't see LeBron James. They didn't beat nobody in the championship game. And A lot of these teams these days beat nobody in the championship game. I'll tell you, back in the days, it was always two good teams in the championship game. It wasn't like no play-in team or no bad team. Now, it might have been a bad team that was dealing with injuries and they overcome. They had a low seed and they overcame and went to the finals. But it was rare in this era. It's not rare. So SGA still is in the MVP for me because his team is playing for him, and I don't think his teammates have these big contracts like the Aaron Gordons and the Michael Porter Jr.'s and the Jamal Murray's. Not that I know of. So if you want to let these guys sign these big contracts, let them live off their name or what they did yesteryear, that's fine. So you're gonna have to live and die by them. So like I said, they got a blueprint now. Shut down Joker at the perimeter, and that's about it. I don't think this team is all that good. Joker's gonna have to carry them. To me, they can't really hit shots consistently like that. I don't know why. Nobody's asking them to play physical basketball. They're just missing shots. And again, you the one that let them sign these contracts. You said they can hit these shots. By let these guys sign these contracts, you were convinced that these guys could hit these shots. And they can't. They can't. As for LeBron James, they say this guy's supposed to be out up to 3 weeks. Well, we talked about that earlier. I don't think they're going to miss anything. I think he's pretty much scaling these guys and putting them on a scale like usual. That's what he does to his teams to see how they're going to perform without him. He's in a win-win situation. If they perform badly, they're going to say, well, neither LeBron James. A 40-year-old basketball player, they can't do nothing without him. Told you he's playing at an MVP level. If they do good, nothing's going to be said. And he's going to jump right back in. And he's going to destroy the progress of his team. And, they'll blame it on Luka for some reason. But my big main concern is the NBA in general. And, does the NBA get these referees together and say, look, guys, these players just aren't that good? There's no way we could justify stealing, giving these guys this 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 million if we actually called carry and travel. So we can't have you blowing a whistle on these guys for carrying a damn ball every dribble. We can't do that. They're just not that good. And imagine if they had a dribble to a standard, which is basketball in a mirror league, in a YMCA league, in any league period. Just you out there dribbling the ball. If they had a dribble like that, like they're supposed to, guess what? I don't even think this game will be, they might score 60 points a game. Do you know how slow this game will be? Do you know how much they will be getting ripped up and down the court? And we're not even talking about the carrying the AI used to do. Not even that, folks. AI used to basically do the crossover in that type of dribble with his hand on the side of the ball. We're not even talking about that level. We're talking about literally hand under the ball and picking it up. Picking the ball up and carrying it. Just about every dribble, every player, every game. What is this? What is this? I'm trying to compare this to some type of sport. I just can't do it. As far as them not being able to play that sport in the right way. I don't know. In the NFL, they just face mask a guy all the time, and it's not carried. Called no more. Horsepower tackle. Maybe the pitcher is dirtying up the ball before he throws it, putting grease on it. I don't know. But how can we judge this game? How can we even talk about this game when they can't even dribble? I'm just scratching my head. I've never seen this in the 2010s. I've never seen this in the 2000s. I've never seen this in the 90s. The referee is literally looking at these guys carry the ball every damn time they dribble. I'm not understanding this. And if it was a time to where we thought referees were throwing games, it will be now. Because they're not making the right calls. They're not calling foul when it's foul. They're calling a foul when it's not a foul. They don't even know how to call a ball when it goes out of bounds. I remember back in the day, basically, the referee's word was his word. That's it. Now, did some of them make mistakes? Yes. But not all damn game. Which means you couldn't go up and down the court challenging a referee and not getting a tech. That's Rasheed Wallace. That's Dennis Rodman. And it's just amazing to me how these players could get this mad about a call. I mean, I guess they can, since they don't call fouls when there is a foul. But I'm just saying, to watch you guys sit up there and carry the ball every damn dribble, why would you be mad about anything else? They're not calling you for steps. They're not calling you for carrying. Nothing. What are we watching? It's just, how can I sit up there and watch basketball and they can't dribble? And now it's okay in college for them to do this. And I thought these European players had all these fundamentals, and these international players have all these fundamentals. Maybe all this carrying and traveling is allowed because they're in the league at incredible numbers now. And they're just not that good. And now the American players are carrying and traveling like never before, because we didn't see this before. When the game was, the faces of the league were American, and it was, 70, 90% American or more, we didn't see these guys carrying and traveling. We didn't see none of this, folks. We didn't see none of this bad refereeing. We didn't see none of this. And it's an embarrassment for people to, be told about these guys' contracts when they don't even know how to play basketball. They don't even know how to play on the 3-tier level of offense. The game was always, from the beginning, the high percentage shot, which started in the paint, and then it was a mid-range, and then last, it was a 3-point shot. So they don't even know how to play on that level. And the coaches don't know how to teach that. So what are these coaches teaching? A 3-point shot? Anybody can do that. That's not teachable. Those aren't X's and O's. And they're all bad shots. They're just step back threes and, shuffle the ball around, hot potato, and that stuff like that. It's an embarrassment. I kind of think about, how things are now in this world. How everything, because I've been in the construction industry for a long time, and to watch people come into this country and they do horrible jobs. And it's the fact that they don't get paid nothing as far as hourly, workman's comp, insurance. So they're just putting up slop to get to the next job, and it's getting approved. And that's how this world is now. Everything is just slop. There's no craftsmanship to nothing. Everything is trash. I just don't know. It's hard to watch these games and come on here and, be with the rest of these content creators, and they don't even talk like this. Some of them do. But like I said, the NBA would be dead. It would be like, Major League Baseball ratings if you didn't have YouTube content creators talking about this trash. And the NBA is lucky we're talking about this trash, because it's trash, folks. So what if the quarterback hiked the ball and the offensive players just jumped the line before he even hiked the ball, but he still had to keep going and throw the ball? And it was never no penalty for that. What the defensive player just, before the ball hiked, they just went against the offensive player and nothing was called. This is what this NBA is, folks. If you can't even dribble, then what is the rest of the basketball game about? What is it? What is it about then after that? There's not one single player in this era, the good players, the role players, who aren't carrying and traveling all damn game. So what does the rest of the game mean? Somebody please tell me.